Oh dear. Yes. Welcome to another deck profile. This one being a Gear Chronicle deck. Oh, I've fallen so far from the tree, haven't I? Well, Grey Nature will always be mine. I know that for sure. Anyway, welcome to a deck profile. This is the deck profile of a deck I used in current tournament today. Fair enough, there wasn't many of us, but I came second and managed to get a snagger win against one of these better guys there, to be fair, so I'm taking that as a win. I don't care what anyone else says. This is the whole Demiurge deck, but with a twist, because it's not built like a lot of other Demiurge decks, which you will see in a mo when we go through the deck. So we'll hit the deck first with the starters. I run Pulsar, Sentry, Draco Kid at 2. Because he's good. He's real good. He's so bullshit sometimes. Like, I can pull off quite, like, his skill, you know, anytime I want, because, you know, this bastard's easy to get. I don't know what to say. All I want to say is he's just good. One of the good starters for Demiurge. And there's nothing else you could run. Unless there is, then, you know, enjoy that. Grade 3s, 4 copies of my favourite Gear Colossus, because once upon a time I did play the other Gear Colossus. I could not remember his name. I'll probably just stick a name or something in the description, whatever. But when it came to Gear Chronicle decks, I played Jet while it wasn't like 100% the best. But when it became a top tier and Chrono Fang came around, I went into Chrono Fang because Chrono Fang wasn't all that great, and then Chrono Fang started to become a big thing with everyone using it. So I ditched that and I started using the this other Gear Chronicle Grade 3. I built quite random shit around it. It'd be this one. It's Prosperia Ideal Drone. This thing here. So I built a deck around this. It was strong. I managed to get quite a lot of you know, attacks off the combos and everything. But when it comes to Gear Colossus decks, this is definitely the best. Because not only is this a Gear Colossus, it's a Zodiac Time Beast, if you don't already know. And it's a pretty stupid card. On place, you discard a card from your hand. You look at the top 3, add 1 to your hand, 1 to the bind zone, and discard the last one. Fair enough, you discard, but it's basically a free draw and a free bind. So, that good. It good. So, yes, and its on-stride skill is pretty good as well. Like, when you on-stride it, you draw a card, choose a card from your hand, bind it, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets 1,000 power for each card in the bind zone. So, yeah, Narukami, thank you for, you know, fueling me up with lots of stuff. Now, this is where my... Actually, no, we'll leave that one until right at the bitter end. Yeah, we'll leave that right at the bitter end. Let's do that. There's 2 grade 3s at the bitter end. Pulsar, whatever Ox. Originally it was the snake thing, but when I saw this, I thought this was funny. It gains 1,000 power for each face-up card in your G-zone, and a counterblast gains 1,000 power for each card in your G-zone face-up. It's like, what the fuck? It's just funny. I've managed to hit really nice numbers with him. He actually won me a game, believe it or not. So we'll skip the other 2 grade 3s and we're going to grade 2s. I don't know why I do this, but I run 4 Tiger. I think 3 is plenty, but I don't know why I run 4. I guess just because his skill's so good. He may be an 8k, but he gains 2k. If you have split pickers as face up, he's an 11k attacker. Pretty good. So he's on his on-call skills, Counterblast 1. Choose one of your other rear guards or Zodiac Time Beast and rest it. When a unit is placed on rear guard, you may pay the cost. Bind a card if the card is Zodiac Time Beast. Draw a card and this gains 2k. And in this deck, pretty much everything is Zodiac Time Beast. So you're not going to miss that. And if you do, then you're doing something wrong. 2 copies of Serpent because 10k vanillas and Zodiac Time Beast. 2 copies of Manish. She's quite a nice beater. She has resist, so, you know, Denial Griffin can basically go flying fuck himself. Pretty beastly. Gains like what 2k for each of your Zodiac Time Beast rear guards or something like that. So, and then at the end of the battle, bind it, so it's a free bind. My spicy tech 1 is this filthy Valve Laser Dragon. He's an 11k grade 2. Nice to sit on. Cannon Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. When he's called to rear guard, you can bind a card face up, and his count skill is if there's one or less, discard a card attack or something like that. So yeah, guaranteed to be a quite nice card. Spicy Tech 2, Pulsar Duplex Dragon. At first, I was excited when I read his skill. Obviously, I neglected the fact that you needed a grade 3, so when I first started playing, it wasn't that great, and I had this at 2. I now got it at 1 because, you know, Spicy Tech 2. It's just that much fun. And then Spicy Tech 3, of course, is Buffalo, because you can't run a deck without Buffalo, because Buffalo is, you know, is Buffalo. Grade 1s. 4 of the Zodiac Time Beast Nullify? What am I on about? Stride Enabler. Mainly because Zodiac Time Beast Stride Enabler, and I can search out anything with it. Pretty much anything I need. Of course, Arca, who I got today. Finally, was hard to find, but happy to run her because she does stuff. I can bind if there's 2 of these in the drop zone, I can bind one, bind a trigger unit, and add to my hand. So gives me the nice little setup. I don't know why I run 3 rats, but I run 3 rats because I guess I like the draw power, and not only that, I haven't used them yet, but their defensive skill is pretty good. GB1 Cannon Blast 1, bind top card. Oh yeah, I'm so bored of this mouse that he does that. Make me yawn. That's what happens. It's Gear Chronicle. Spicy Tech 2 of is Jackal, not Spicy Tech actually, just because he's an 11k attacker, and Zodiac Time Beast, of course. And Spicy Tech 8k vanilla because, you know, I'm a thug. No one's going to stop me. Trigger lineup is that many crits. I do see plenty of crits, especially when I'm on Zodiac, when I'm on Demiurge. So you don't need to run more than 5, and 5's pretty plenty. 6 stand, which is, you know, pretty cool. This bitch lets me fuel. This guy lets me restand. So, you know, it's pretty cool. To be fair, just thinking about it, these are technically animals, most of them. So the fact that I play Grey Nature and these work for me is probably that reason. Super spicy draws, because super spicy draws, and also Zodiac Time Beast. I won't run any other draw, even if there is another one, and it's a woman, but I like me animals. And now, the odd thing about this deck, and this is only because I own 3 copies of a Zodiac Time Beast heal. However, 3 is plenty for this deck. I recycle so much. I recycle a lot, to be fair. The Zodiac Time Beast, of course, and you only need to bind 1 and then you have 2 to play with. So it's pretty cool. You don't really need to have a heal mid-game, because it's like Demiurge comes in on 2nd stride. You're either guaranteed to win or cost your opponent his entire hand, so, or his or her entire hand. Now for the last 2 Spicy Tech grade 3s. Are you all ready? Get the thumbs going. I like that. Yes, that's right. Boom. Now, before you have questions, and before you ask why, and before you come off this video because of Chronofang, why do I run Chronofang? Purely, so I'm a bit different, so I don't have to run Chronojet G and Next Stage, because I do have them, kind of. Don't have Jet Gs, but I do have Next Stages, and a Groovy. I just prefer the Chronofang. I always have and always will. Oh, that, and this one's SP. That's totally not the only reason or anything like that. So you should know what he does. He's Spicy Tech, and he's spicy tech. Does spicy stuff, can be spicy stuff. For the heart name of strides, blah blah blah. And Zodiac Time Beasts. So yeah. Wait, I think he's Zodiac Time Beast. Yeah, he's Zodiac Time Beast. Cool. Cooly wooly. Right, now to the stride zone. Of course, 2 of your main man, Demiurge. You only ever tend to need 1, but I run 2 because, you know, Spicy Tech. and just to piss off your opponent to make him think what the hell's going on. My first stride is obviously Altered Dragon. A lot of people run this at 2. I run it at 1 because you only ever need it at 1. There are some times I've kind of wanted an extra 1, but the extra discarding and striding is pretty much won me the game. This is Split Pegasus. I don't actually, I don't really use him. I tend to flip him with Altered because when he's, face up in G-Zone, everything gains 1k, and that means Tiger and 10k will become nice spicy 11ks. So yeah, and maybe one day I'll probably use his skill. Maybe. That's a maybe. But for now, he's just a flip follow, really. Mystery Freeze at 1. I did have this at 4, then I had it at 3, then I had it at 2, and I realised 1 is enough. This nearly won me a game, which would have made the guy really, really salty. It was the only reason he managed to survive is because I didn't get a grade 1 on the top 4 check. I got a grade 3, 2, 0, and 0, so it was close. It was close, and there are times where you don't have enough to play Demiurge and there isn't anything else you really want to go into because your opponent has a big hand. So you basically just play, oh, I'm going to go Guard Restrict with this guy, and it's probably a Quad Driver if you're lucky. So yeah, he's in there. He's pretty cool. Or you can go with Avina, or whatever his name is, Phoenix, even though he doesn't really look like much of a Phoenix. But this isn't... you know what though? This is a choice. You can run this at like 2 or 4. I like him. I used him once. He actually gave me quite a decent field. His GB3 gives everything 3k, so, or 2k, sorry. So that, that comes in handy. That comes in handy. I like that. It does its job. Now for some spicy tech strides. We'll go with 2 copies of Rebellion. Basically, if I didn't get the Gear Chronicle, the Gear Colossus grade 3, and I'm on Chronofang, this is one of my guys I like to go into, just because it's pressure, I guess. Then I run 3 copies of this. So just so you are aware, I could probably take out another stride card that I don't use for another one of the Chronofang Rebellions. The reason I run this anyway is because I can still gain 5k from his continuous skill in case I have nothing else to go into. It's only GB... No, it's not even GB2. I can literally use its first stride for lots of power. So I could run this at 3 and I might consider it one day. This I run at 3. I know you need to flip itself. But the reason I run this at 3 is because it actually won me a game using this, because if I have like 9 cards in the bind zone and I haven't got the materials to go to 12, I go straight into the Gear Glare. I can't use his spin the entire rear guard skills sometimes, depends if my Vanguard is Chrono Fang. His GB3 is actually brilliant. It's if the number of cards in your bind zone is 5 or more, this unit gets 10,000 power. If it's 7 or more, it gains a critical, and if it's 9 or more, it gains +1 drive. So I can always go for the quad drive crit stuff, and if I'm on top of the Gear Colossus, that's an extra, what, like 10k? So basically +20. So it's like 46. That's nice. We like those numbers, don't we, Chrono? Oh, Jet. Oh, no, not Chrono Jet. I mean Chrono Fang. Oh god, it's never going to work for me ever again. Okay, so the odd, I guess, thing I run in my G zone is the Guardians, spicy Guardians. I never ever really go into them because you don't tend to need to, but I'll show you what I run anyway. So I run both different versions of Uluru, because spicy power and can put heals back if I need it. The only reason I don't run that many of like a lot of people run 5. Not of these, of course, but 5G Guardians altogether in decks like this. But I don't see it. I don't see the fact I need it. Rapana, because I can call out a Zodiac time use stand trigger or an extra starter, which is pretty handy, and she's pretty NSP. And then, boom, this guy, because he's spicy tech. He's super spicy. He's the ultimate spice. He's like the best. He's the strongest spice on your spice shelf. He's like the sixth member of Spice Girls, or fifth, or how many there are. I don't even know. Just ignore me. I'm a crazy guy. So that, my people, is my. Oh god! I just saw the Chrono Fang. They looked at me like, "Why are we in this deck?" I'm like, you know why. That's my Demiurge deck. Let me know what you think. Tell me if I can improve it, which I probably won't. I'm quite happy with the build. Also comment if you believe this guy should have been SP, because I believe he should have been SP. Otherwise, I would have maxed him out in SPs. And yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video we make, which will be tomorrow. Oh yeah, I've got a box opening coming, baby. Goodbye, everybody.